You're in sixth form. You've been there for a couple of months now. You know, you know where to go. You know where your room is. You know where your tutor is. You know what lessons you have to go to. You know, it's quite chill. But you get home and realise it's an absolute mess. You have no clue what you're doing. And to be honest, you're kind of lost. But boys, that's where I come in. In this video, I'll be going through a few simple ways to get your together, get everything sorted out, fix yourself, get sorted for the next couple of months, you know. Coming from someone that is basically mostly all sorted out, I'll give you some tips on how you can get yourself sorted out. Let's dive right in. One simple thing, which is probably the most important out of all these, one of the tips which will instantly improve yourself, is to get your stuff sorted out, is to have a sort of weekly review, once a week, review what you've just done in the last week of school. One day, any day which you're free in a week, so for me, it would probably be on a Sunday, which I'm free on a morning, free on an afternoon. Just get yourself organised, know where all your files are, know where all your books are, keep everything organised. You might have just came home each day of school, dumped everything somewhere. Just clean all that piles of mess up. Maybe you've got like school emails, you've got your own email. Check your emails through, check what work different teachers have got, check which work is due in the next week. Get yourself organised on one of those days that you've got free. And I say weekly review because, in my opinion, something that helps a lot is to just on that one day review everything you've done in the past week of school, past 5 days. And honestly, that shouldn't take that long. You look at your folder, if you've got a folder, maybe your book, recap anything which you don't understand from the work you've just done. Look through your folder and then you'll be like, I don't understand this. Recap it in that day which you've got free. Recap anything you're struggling with so that you can fill the gaps inside your brain. Also recap anything that you find quite simple, just to strengthen that connection in your brain. Recap all the work, and then what I would also recommend is that you summarize it. If you're someone like me who likes to make mind maps or makes notes, it's probably better to make notes as soon as you learn something, just so when you've learned it, well, once you've made it, you can use that whenever you need, when you have to revise for a test that's probably coming up soon. So what I did recently, it was last week, chemistry teacher piled lots of work out, but we finished the bond and stuff in chemistry, and all I did was on that Sunday I finished any work for chemistry, like any worksheets, and then also did my notes and mind maps on that Sunday. Literally bonding, I've summarised there, and also there. I'm not going to tell you how long that took me because the sheets he gave us were like ridiculous. He gave like 10 sheets, fair enough, half of it was due for one day, half of it's due for like next week, but it took forever. And I've done this now, so I won't have to do that later again. Like, I've saved my time which I have in the future, which is actually next week. I've saved the time next week not to do this. I can literally read through this and then do some practice, just get my revision down. So I've reviewed on the Sunday chemistry because I know I have a test coming up that can be implemented to any subject which you're doing. Simply just do a weekly review, shouldn't take too long, maybe like 1, 2, 3 hours a day. Not a day, on that day, definitely not a day, that would be insane. Weekly review keeps yourself organised, you know what you have to do, you don't keep on pushing work to the next day, do it then, do it now, and everything's sorted. My second tip is to start using a planner. No matter what it is, what form, if it's an actual like physical book or if it's just a scrap piece of paper. For the first half term, this was my planner. Literally nothing fancy, just a scrap piece of paper. I need a new one for the second time. Just make a planner, it is very simple. Random piece of paper or just a random book, as I've said. Whenever a teacher sets homework during school, you get that piece of paper out and write down what you have to do and the day. And then when you get home, whenever you open up like a pencil case or something, or maybe your pocket in your school uniform, write down whatever you have somewhere like there on a whiteboard or somewhere where you work, so you always remember tasks which you have to do. And then according to that, whatever task you do, plan out each day in that week or maybe 2 weeks roughly about what you plan to do in each day. You don't have to fill in every single day and do something every day. Just plan out what you want to do on a specific day and then do it on that day. Don't lose track of your plan. And also something I recommend is each night plan what you're going to do in the next day. Wherever it is, maybe like go to training, maybe go to a job at this time, and then after you've done your job, do this work, or maybe go on Discord this amount of time, then do this work after that, and go back on Discord, you know? And also use the planner to manage your time. Time management is insanely key. We've got work to do, we all have work to do. But we all want to chill, we all want to relax. It's no different. But that's where time management comes in. You know what you want to do at a specific time, you do it so that you don't have to eat time into the things that you actually want to enjoy. So I've planned that I want to record this video on a Tuesday right now, and then after this, probably jump on my Xbox, you know? Plan that for today. Don't want to eat it in my time. Planner, keep track of all your work, know what work is due. That brings me on to my next tip. So you do a weekly review now, you review yourself, review the work that you've just done in that week on one day, and then you also have made a planner. Well, the next thing that comes into it is prioritising your workload. It seems pretty simple and pretty like sort of, it comes naturally that you prioritise the work that's due sooner. But sometimes when you've got lots of work, lots of piles of work to do, it just all gets mixed up inside your head. And it's hard to keep track of. That's where the planner comes in. That's why you use it, because you plan out and you write down what's due when, and you can also understand what work you have to prioritise. If you've got a test on Tuesday and it's Sunday and you've got homework due in on Wednesday, you're obviously going to revise for the test before you do the homework. I'd also suggest prioritising the work which you absolutely despise. Probably I would prioritise biology, get that out of the way, and then leave what I enjoy, leave whatever work you enjoy last. So that sort of motivates you to complete all the boring stuff like biology, and then push yourself through that so that you do work that you sort of want to do in a way. As soon as you get something done, just cross it out, move on to the next task, which is the next important. Personally, I'll probably prioritise tests first, then homework. If homework's due tomorrow and I haven't done it, do that first and then do your test revision. And by doing that, you won't feel sort of pressured to doing more work. You won't feel stressed when you're like maybe relaxing or maybe about to go to bed. You might be like, oh, I haven't done that work, I need to do it at some point or else I'm screwed, you know? And then as soon as you get the work that's due sooner done, you've got a bit more time to focus on the work which is maybe due in a week or two. Using a planner and prioritising workload sort of go hand in hand. My last tip sort of revolves around keeping wherever you work tidy, keep it all neat, keep it all organised. Because as soon as you go to your workplace, wherever it is, whether it's on the desk, whether it's on the floor, the same things apply. You go there, and then if you see that it's dirty, your brain automatically says, no, go away, I don't want to work there. You might not, you yourself actually might think, you know, I'll just sit down there, I'll deal with it. But your brain is actually like, no. So every time you work, after you've finished working, just reorganise it, repack everything, put it where it belongs. You know, we did that weekly review, put everything organised, we put places where you should keep stuff. You know, section off where you would keep stuff. So for me, I've got my desk there. Every time I walk in, it's tidy because the last time I used it, when I finished, I reorganised everything. I also have a place for folders there. And also what I do is with any tests which I have, any sort of homework sheets, I'll keep in these little binder things right there. So I've kept any summary sheets in this one for maths, and I've got my tests in here, any revision for the test in there. Physics, similarly, I've got homework stuffed in there, test stuffed in there. This pink one's lonely. Biology test and chemistry homework all in there. Separate that all out from my actual folder because that folder is actually lesson work and I don't want my test homework stuff mixed in with my lesson work. That's another thing which I do to keep myself organised. So when I walk in, my brain's automatically happy. Like, my brain says, yeah, I'll work there because it's tidy. And keeping yourself organised, you know where stuff belongs, you know where stuff is. So if you lose something, you automatically check there. And then before you go to school, I always look at my timetable, look at the subjects which I've got, and always just pick stuff out what I need. You know, if I see that I've got, like today I had biology, maths and chemistry, took those three folders. It's kind of obvious to do that, but it's much easier if you keep yourself organised. You know, when you're organised, you don't get any stress, you know where stuff is. It's actually much faster as well. You want something, you know where to get it because you've organised yourself. If you don't have sort of my sort of setup in a way, you know, if you're working somewhere else, section it off so you like all your like folders and stuff in one area, keep your books in another area, and keep your workspace separated from all that. So you know, you work in there, you know, I need my folder, I get up and go get it from somewhere else. Like keep it all separated. Also during when you're working, it's gonna get untidy, your workspace. That's why after you're done, have a sort of reset of that work area. And anytime when you're working, just turn off notifications, blast some music, you'll be happy. So guys, that'll do for today. Those are my sort of main tips to help you get everything sorted out, get your life back together in sixth form. This all helps to keep yourself productive, keep yourself planned out and organised. If this video helped you out, click the thumbs up button below, click the red button whilst you're down there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.